Hello everyone. This video focuses on Cloud CMA's Buyer's Tour. We're going to see how you could create a Buyer's Tour from Paragon. My name is Gary Arnett and I am your trainer. Well, as we go through this video, we're going to look at the benefits of Cloud CMA's Buyer's Tour. We're going to show you how to create a Cloud CMA Buyer's Tour starting in Paragon. We're going to show you how to publish your Cloud CMA Buyer's Tour. The help site available to you as you use Cloud CMA. When you get Cloud CMA, there are actually 4 tools inside Cloud CMA for you. There is the CMA, the Buyer's Tour, Property Report, and Property Flyer. Now, the CMA products have all been designed with a tablet in mind. The folks at WR Studios believe that tablets are the wave of the future for real estate agents, and so they've designed their product to fit your future and current needs. Cloud CMA also works on your computer just like it does a tablet, just a little bit bigger. Horizontal or landscaped is the best orientation of your device. Cloud CMA provides contemporary look and feel designed reports, and many of these reports are customizable. It gives also details around the surrounding area that can be included. They are emailable. There is also buyer feedback built into your Buyer's Tour. And there's lots of great data and reports included in your Cloud CMA Buyer's Tour. Now, if this is the first time you've used Cloud CMA, you'll need to set up your account. As you go to the Cloud CMA, you're going to need to complete the form, click on the Agree box, and then the Place Order and Create Your Account will be created. You add your contact information, add an agent image, office logo, and when you get to the BRE number field, go ahead and ignore it. You don't need to have that. Please note, you create your Cloud CMA password out on the settings page. With that as an introduction, let's go take a look at Cloud CMA's Buyer's Tour and how you get to it from Paragon. I'm inside Paragon and I've put in the criteria that I need to have in order to find properties that my buyer would like to go see. Let me go ahead and click on Search in the upper right hand corner. As I do that, the properties are displayed. Typically, I'll come over to the upper left-hand corner, select all the properties, and then as I'm using the reports found in the Reports button over on the right-hand side, I can go through and vet the properties. If there's any properties I don't want included in this tour, I can simply uncheck the box either here on the spreadsheet or grid, or out on the property reports and unchecking the check boxes. Now, in order to get to the Buyer's Tour, we want to come over to Actions, hover over Actions, and move down to the button that says Cloud CMA Buyer Tour. Go ahead and do a left mouse click on it. And if you're using a tablet, it's a simple tap. As I do that, notice that we open up into Cloud CMA. I've already created my account, and so I came directly seamlessly into Cloud CMA. And because I want a Buyer's Tour, notice that I'm on the Buyer's Tour tab. Now, as you're creating your Buyer's Tour, you need to give it a client name. The notes that you put here below are strictly for you. It'll be displayed on the Cloud CMA homepage where you see all of your CMAs or tours or property reports or flyers. They give you some urgency and details about that particular client. And notice down in MLS numbers, those are the MLS properties that I had selected back inside Paragon. So let me fill in some details here. So I've added the name Jim and Joanne Smith and some notes about why they're here and what we need to be doing to help me quickly find the homes that they're looking for. So with that information in, and specifically the MLS numbers that I found through searching in Paragon, I'm going to click on Fetch Listings. Notice that Fetch Listings is found both at the bottom center and upper right hand corner of the page. With a left mouse click or a tap with your tablet, you then come over to see those particular properties. They're displayed on a map showing their relative position one to each other. As you move on down the page, notice there's a summary of the listings. They are all active, and here's the price ranges with them. As you move on down the page, notice that we have check marks again. As you're at this point inside creating the Buyer's Tour, if you determine a property is no longer viable for the buyer, you can simply uncheck the box and it's removed. Want to re-add it? Check the box again and it's restored back to the Buyer's Tour. By clicking on Detail, you now can come in and see the details of the property. Notice we have a description. This will appear on the main text of the page. I can scroll down, and please note that I can also add other content here. So if there's other things that I want to highlight about this, I can. As I continue on down the page, I can see the amenities or the features. I can also choose which pictures to remove from the area photos. And by clicking on any of these buttons, I can remove those pictures. So if I don't want to have this second picture, it's now removed from the list. Notice how Cloud CMA continues to add additional pictures to show what's going on in the area. Moving back up, I can click on the Details button. Those hide, and I can continue looking at each of the properties. Notice this textured area here on the left-hand side. That allows me to drag and drop these properties and put them in the order in which I want to visit the properties. Once I've got the details in the adjustments made, I then click on Customize Report. It is found at the bottom center and also the upper right-hand corner. And with a left mouse click or a tap on your tablet, we then go customize the report. In the customizing of the report, notice over here in the guidance section, if you want, you can expand, and by clicking on the plus sign, you can add these additional reports to your driving buyer's tour. Coming over to Testimonial, these are places where you can go ahead and add different details, and you can then have that information display in your buyer's tour. You also have custom pages, and I've created a custom Gary page that I could include if I wanted. Moving over to the main report, notice again it gives us a clue here at the top. By clicking on the red stop button, I can remove a report. So here I have the title, and if I don't want it, I can simply remove it. For my agent resume, I can click on it, and I can then go in and customize that report. Also, by coming up to settings, I can go in and customize those reports outside of a particular buyer's tour, CMA, property report, or property flyer. Now, as we move down to map of the listings and below, we're going to see all the different things we can have in about each of the different properties. I've got details, buyer comments, photos, all of the rest of the photos, area photos, and some information, local area restaurants. Again, clicking on the red stop button will remove that item from the report. Then if you have testimonials from other buyers, you can add those here. Moving back over to the right-hand side, you can add a headline. So you can put in whatever details you want to use with it. I'm going to use buyer's tour. There are several different language options, English and Spanish, and then there are different themes. And by clicking on the themes, you have the ability to go out and see other themes. Having made my selections for the report, let me click on Publish. As you can see, the wheel is spinning. This report is being generated, getting ready to publish. Now that the report has been generated, we have the ability to view it, see what the presentation would look like. We can email it, and we can also share it. Let's go ahead and click on View. After about a minute, your report is generated in PDF format, and we can then scroll through. Notice the map. It then shows you the different locations of the properties, and the numbering shows when you're going to be visiting the properties. This is where your resume would drop in. And if your client wants, they can scan the QR code and download a PDF version of this. Home buying process information, map of the listings, and basic information about the properties we're going to visit. And then you get into the property reports. So again, you can scan right on through. And notice this rating right here. As your buyer gets this, if you email it to them, they have the ability of clicking and making a rating. Because this is a PDF, there's nothing clickable here for us. Here we have the photos for each of the properties, and the area photos, and then the restaurants. Let me quickly scan right on down through these different reports for the different properties. And then you reach the bottom of the page. You can see many of the items that are included for all the properties are the same, because in that one section when it talked about the listings, we asked for each of those different items. And this is what you can see inside Cloud CMA Buyer's Tour about these properties. Let me move back over to the dashboard or the home page for Buyer's Tour. We're back here on the dashboard for the Buyer's Tour. Let's take a look at what we'll get when we do the presentation. Again, this is ideal on your tablet, but you can also use your laptop or notebook computers for this. I'm going to do a left mouse click on Present. You might do this from your tablet with just a tap. And in under a minute, this thing comes up. It's more like about 20-30 seconds. As you can see, we have several different pictures that are stitched across, and by using the buttons down at the bottom, we can now step through each of the different pages. So like we saw in the PDF version, we can step through CMA where these properties are at. And here we have our first property. Using the arrows here in the bottom, we can move forwards and backwards through the report. We can also, by clicking on the down arrow, step through and see the different details about these properties. Notice where it says add a comment. This is customizable, and your client can save the comment. As they continue on down, they can then look at more details about the property, the different pictures, and because I chose to show all pictures, then all of the pictures are displayed. Let me move back up, see where it says rate and comment. We're going to be able to do that by simply tapping, and notice at the top above where I added my comment, there's a star system, so let's give that 4 stars. Let's move on to the next property. Again, as we're moving down through this property, we can see the different details. Again, the rating, the comments, and the additional pictures. As we continue on down, here's the area restaurants, more restaurants, and more restaurants. And when we get to the bottom, you'll see that our down arrow disappears. We can, by clicking on the right arrow or left arrow, move forwards or backwards in the buyer's tour. Here we have another property, and again, using the down arrows, we can see those details. Let me continue just stepping through each of these different properties. And there you can see a thank you is provided. By putting in the email address, Cloud CMA will send to the buyer and to the agent not only this report, but also the ratings and the comments about the properties. So you can see it's a very good tool for you to use as you're looking at putting together a nice presentation when it comes to going on a buyer's tour. On the dashboard, after doing the presentation, you can email this to them and you can also share it. You can come in and edit the content of the buyer's tour, and if you want, you can delete it. When you're in Cloud CMA, please note in the upper right-hand corner there is a help site. By clicking on the help site, you then go out to Cloud CMA's portal, where they have lots of good information on it to help you as you're using Cloud CMA. As you're scrolling down, you can see information about general support, how to create each of the different tools via email, and a lot of other good information like terminology. Let me come back up to the top where it says Getting Started, and let's click where it says View All. As you do that, this is the Getting Started video area. As you scroll on down, you're going to see how to do a lot of things inside Cloud CMA. May I recommend you move over to page 2. As you scroll on down, you're going to see that you've got different items like how to create your first CMA using Paragon MLS. Continuing on down, for this topic, creating your first buyer's tour using Paragon MLS. Moving over to page 3, how to create your first property flyer using Paragon MLS and creating your first property report. Again, quick videos that are very concise will help you learn how to use Cloud CMA and Paragon together. I want to thank you for watching our Cloud CMA recorded webinar focusing on the buyer's tour. Success to you as you use Paragon and Cloud CMA, and have a great day.